What's up, everyone? This is my 1995 BMW 318 with an M50 swap. Today I'm going to be installing these front overfenders from K2 Industries. It's just fiberglass, but I really like the vented, so I went with those. This is how it kind of looks mocked up versus the other side where this wheel is clearly poking a little bit. It's more flush on this side with about maybe like an inch gap underneath. So with this all being mocked up, I can just make sure it's like kind of lined up how I want. And then I'll put like 2 fasteners right here, 1, 2, probably another one right there. And then probably like 2 more right here. And then probably another 2 right there. But once I do drill all these holes, I can use these clicos as like temporary fasteners, just so that all the holes, no matter what, line up as I keep drilling. So I'll just drill a hole, put a clico, drill, clico, kind of get the point. So I'm going to be using these riv nuts. So you kind of just put it in, and it's threaded like that. So you put it into the fender, and then use the like the actual tool to get it in, and then that screw just threads into there so that the fender isn't like permanent, so you can just take it on and off, because I'll be wrapping the car soon. This is just to get it fitted. So fast forward just a little bit, I've been doing the markings about every 10 inches. So there's 3, 4, 5, and then 6. That one is just kind of as center as I can make it. And then down here, I haven't done any yet because this part is pushing against the fender. So it's like that won't go all the way. So I might have to like cut that chunk out, but I'll get there. And then I have 2 more down here. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna start drilling those, and then I'll get to the vents part, figure out what I'm gonna do with that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this drill bit, which is just a little bit smaller, and I'll get all the initial holes and put the clicos in, and then I'll step up the drills with a step bit, and then I'll just go from there. But yeah, I'm just going to get started with this one. So yeah, almost everything's marked. I'm just going to start with these holes and then start putting the clicos in. Not as clean as I'd hoped, but I think it'll be okay. Alright, well, I got a smaller bit, so hopefully that'll be a little bit better. It's not going to chew up the fiberglass like it did on that one. Just live and learn, I guess. But let's drill this one. Much better. That one looks a lot better. So now let's try to use a clico. There we go. Nice and sturdy. Cool. So I'm going to keep using that bit, and then I'll just up the size next time. So I just finished drilling all these. I have the Clecos in. That one's messed up, but I'm still gonna have to drill it a little bit bigger, so it's fine. I'm gonna have to take it back off and cut out the fender on this metal, and then put it back on, and then, you know, put the riv nuts in the back. But I think I'm gonna trace the bottom just so I can still put a riv nut in right there, just like while the vents are cut out. Yeah, and then I'll take the fender off and actually cut the back side of the sheet metal. All the lines are drawn on now, so let's get cutting. All right, finished up cutting. Let's just try to take this off. There we go. All right, that is cut out. Now we're just gonna have to trim up this piece to make those vents fit. Now that that is drawn out, we can just cut it out now. Alright, we are good to go. Messed up a little bit right there, but it's nothing bad, it's all good. Grab this hot piece of metal. Alright, now that section is out, let's just test fit it, make sure the vents fit. Looks like we're just gonna have to cut a little bit out of the bottom there. So yeah, if I can just like continue on that line, knock that little piece out, I think it'll look just fine. It's all cut now. Now, let's double check it. Beautiful. Looks like it fits really good. All right, now I'm gonna put those Clecos back in the top, and then we'll drill the holes in the bottom, and then we'll put the roof nuts in. Now we just gotta kind of bend this down. Yeah, I think that'll look pretty good. All right, now all the Clecos are in. It is looking and fitting great. Now I just gotta take it back off and install the roof nuts. All right, so I used a step bit. I stepped it up, I think, like twice. So it's like, it fits in there pretty well. And then I gotta use the little gun thing and then like squish it in there just that the fender is able to screw on and off. So yeah, now I'm just gonna step it up for all these holes. Now that all of them are drilled out, let's install the roof nuts. All right, so I'm pretty sure I have this set up correctly. So I think the idea is that you thread the fastener on, just like that, and then you stick it into the hole, and then as you pull it, it's gonna hold it against this and then kind of like just squish it down. So we'll see how that goes. So that is in. Okay, that did not work. What am I doing wrong? Let's try this again. I moved it all the way to the bottom. We'll see if that makes a difference. I think that did something. So now let's just take that out, unscrew it. Look at that. We are good to go. That worked really good, actually. So after that one was successful, I'm just gonna do all of them, and then it'll be time to put the actual overfender back on. And there we have it. All of them are installed. I'm gonna put the fender back on just to test it. And then I'll take it back off just to cover up all of this metal, like the exposed metal with probably black spray paint or something like that. But yeah, let's test fit it and see how it looks. All right, well, everything lined up pretty well, except for this one. This one was kind of a little bit to the wrong direction, so I had to replace it because it just wanted to strip up the screws. So now I'm just gonna paint all of this bare metal, and then we'll be good to go. It's all painted and good to go. It's kind of a shoddy job, but I think it'll work just fine. Now let's just put the fender on. All right, now that the left side is all good to go, looks great in my opinion. I really like the spaced out bolts. I think that looks pretty good. But yeah, I think it turned out really good. So now it's just time to do the right side. All right, and the right side is all done as well. Super happy with how it turned out. Fits really well. I'll have to take it off again, obviously, to wrap it and actually make the car all one color, which that's the color I decided on. I really like it. I also got these eyelids. Those will look pretty cool when they're the same color as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.